In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this insulated cover for my Lay-Z-Spa. It's strong, durable, and will save me a lot of money over the winter months. Let's go. This Lay-Z-Spa comes with 100mm insulated side panels made of polystyrene. However, the lid is useless. So I went ahead and bought 100mm of PIR insulation, some plywood, and I also bought a few extras to help me construct the hot tub cover, including some one coat Ron-Seal wood protector and some instant grab adhesive, and I'll show you how I use these later on in the video. So first of all, I laid down my plywood, which is going to become the hard top cover for my hot tub cover. Next, I took the existing hot tub cover and made sure to measure out a distance from the edge of that, because that cover only goes on the inside of the hot tub. It doesn't cover the entire hot tub itself. So I took the measurement of the sides, and then using a string line, I made a circle around the two pieces of hardwood like this. Next, I went ahead with a jigsaw and I cut those two pieces out to make my round hot tub cover. Next, taking some instant grab adhesive, I covered the plywood with as much of that as I could do and stuck it down to the top of my two sheets of insulation. This would later work out not to have been the best way of doing it, because it rained while I was waiting for it to dry and the wood did bow slightly, but I managed to sort that out later on. Once it had dried, I went round with a handsaw and I cut out the insulation to leave me with a round sandwich like this. But as you can see, the wood has bowed slightly where it rained. I'll sort this out in a bit. Next, I took some wooden battens and I screwed them into the wood to give strength to the whole cover. Originally, I had the idea of using some raw plugs to help to pull into the cover to make it stronger. I originally was going to use these little red ones, but they actually weren't very good. But then in my toolbox, I found some plasterboard raw plugs, which I then used to go into the insulation, and they were really strong and gave it lots of rigidity. As you can see here, I'm just going along and I'm screwing the battens in to give strength to the whole structure. As you can also see, the wood is still bowed in the middle, but I'm going to sort that out in a moment by putting a batten through the middle here to help screw it all down and into place. Then it was just a case of going around and fixing everything into place to give it as much strength as I could do, and I put lots of raw plugs and screws in to make it all nice and strong, and that worked really well. But I still had the problem with the bowing on the sides from where the timber had got wet. And I also installed a couple of handles out of some offcuts of wood to help lift the cover on and off of the hot tub once it's all in place. Then I remembered in my shed I had some of this bitumen tape. This stuff's really strong and really sticky, and I decided to use that to wrap around the insulation and the top of the wood to put it all into place and stop the bowing. And as you can see, that worked out really well. It doesn't matter, because later on in the video I'll be taping all this up and you won't see it. Next, I took some one coat, some wood treatment, and I painted the whole of the cover in this black treatment. I used this to protect the wood, and also being black, it will help to attract the sunlight and help to heat the water up and keep it warm in the winter. I had to do a few coats of this, as you can see. In the end it was 3 coats in total, but once I'd finished I was really pleased with the result. And there you can see it, and that's the 3rd coat. Starting to come together really well. The final thing I did was take some silver tape, insulating tape, designed to go onto thermal insulation, which is really sticky, just to go around the edges to protect it, put it all together and give it more strength. I'll put a link in the description below for this tape. Really good stuff, really sticky, really strong. I also taped underneath where the two sheets of the insulation are together, just to help give it a bit more strength. I want this to be as strong as it can be. In hindsight, I probably should have put a piece of timber on the bottom as well, a bit of plywood to give it more strength, but I don't want to make it too heavy, and this has worked out pretty well. And yes, it does look a bit scruffy, but overall this is going to save me a lot of money during the winter months and keep that hot tub nice and warm. So I hope you found this useful. In hindsight, I probably would have built one square rather than round. It would have been a lot easier, but I'm pretty pleased with the results. And as I say, overall, it's going to save me a lot of money during the winter. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.